Hey guys, it's Christy, and today is Wednesday, so I am here for a love and relationships reading. I already have the incense burning. I have our manifestation candle going. Oops, let me show. I know I need a new one. I need to grab one soon. And our clear quartz crystal wand. So today I am going to be pulling cards from the relationship deck as well as the law of attraction and ask and it is given decks. And then I also have new cards that are about daily gratitude. So I thought it'd be great to draw from that. It's very important to have gratitude in our relationships. It just enhances and brings more joy into our relationships. And relationships are so important. They are the biggest part of our lives, probably, because when you think about it, you have a relationship with you, a relationship with the earth, a relationship with the universe, and then you have all these people that you have relationships with, even if it's only a few people. So I really feel like when we express gratitude and appreciation within our relationships, we enhance them so much for ourselves and for who we're involved with. So let's see what the universe has to say about love and relationships for us. Thank you for joining me. I hope you will hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. OMG. Okay, gotta go get that one. Okay, I had to reach for that one. Okay, oh my gosh, what did I just say? My life is about my relationships. The universe agrees. You will never find yourself in a point in time when the subject of relationships is not an active part of your now experience. So true. Right now, at the very least, you are having relationships with yourself, the universe, the earth. Right now. Even if there's no people involved. For everything you perceive or notice or know is because of your relationship with something else. That's a good point. Without a comparative experience, you would be unable to perceive or focus any kind of understanding within yourself. Therefore, it is accurate to say that without relationships, you could not exist at all. Wow, that's so true. I mean, if there was no source, if your parents did not have a relationship with one another and with their families and so on and so forth, we have to have relationships somewhere in our lives. So it doesn't have to be romantic and it doesn't have to be a partner, but it can be, all the people you're involved with, yourself that you're involved with, your desires. What's your relationship with your desires? What's your relationship with the earth? What's your relationship with the universe? So my life is about my relationships is the first part of this message. So I love that because it's like, hey, this is what your life is about. Very, very important. So let's focus. Now there it is. I would like some advice about what do we do in our relationships. We've already talked about having gratitude. All right, our message is I want continual joyous growth. I got this in my last reading, which was the general reading. The universe wants us to understand this, and now it wants us to understand this in a relationship and love way. I want continual joyous growth. That is so true. In all of my relationships, I want continual joyous growth. I am a growth-seeking being, and it is exhilarating to remember that expansion is not only natural, but inevitable. I love knowing that joy is simply a choice. And I love this. It reminds me of a story. I'll try to be quick. I had a boss one time, and I ended up going to my boss about some personal things I had happening because he saw some effects at work. And so I started crying and telling him all these things that were happening. This is a very long time ago, before I fell in law of attraction. So I didn't realize I was creating all of these things that were happening by default. And so he said to me, well, I had no idea that you had all of this going on in your life. How did I not know this? And I said, because happiness is a choice, and I choose happiness. And he was blown away by that. So I guess I did know a little bit about the law of attraction then. But he just never realized, because he only saw that side of me that was exuberant and happy, and just couldn't believe that I had all these things going on that were causing me in the background some strife. And so I just feel like it's important to note that continual joyous growth is what we want. We want to expand, and we don't have a choice. We're not going to stay in the same place forever, but we can decide how we grow. And I would rather grow in a joyous fashion than in strife. So my life is about my relationships, and I want continual joyous growth. And I think that the universe is telling us we want to continually be growing in our relationships. Pay attention to the emotions you're feeling, because remember, emotions are our guidance system. How are you feeling emotionally in your relationships? Remember, negative emotion is an indicator that we are growing apart and away from what we desire. Positive emotion is proof of that beautiful vibrational connection. So let's start thinking about that when it comes to our relationships. Where are you emotionally? And what does that mean? So let's see how we can further expand on this message, because now we know that our life is about our relationships. Let's see where we are emotionally in regards to those relationships, because we want continual joyous growth. And how do we get that? Should be in the cards. Let's see. How do we have continual joyous growth in our relationships, since they are what our life is about? Okay, gotta get that one too. Okay. This is so crazy, because this card I also got in my last reading. Thanks, universe. So the universe wants us to know that I must be selfish enough to align with well-being. So in our relationships, I would say, in order to grow, you have to be selfish enough to align with your own well-being, and then you have more than enough to give. Because if you have an empty well, you have nothing to give anyone else. And you have nothing for yourself. And we're all about self-love here. So the message is, if you are not selfish enough to deliberately align with the energy of your source, you have nothing to give anyway. Wow, that's okay. That's because I drew this card before, probably. Some worry that if they take too much of the pie, others will be left with nothing, while in reality the pie expands in proportion to the vibrational requests of all of you. So I'm taking this to mean that in your relationships, this card is trying to tell us you could take the time for yourself, and you are benefiting not only yourself in that moment, but everyone you're in relationships with. And you need to understand that selfishness is a positive thing when you are talking about well-being and wanting to love yourself and nurture yourself. Then you will have something to give to the world. And remember, I want continual joyous growth in these relationships. And the way to get that is to be in a joyous state. And how do you get that? You're in alignment. And the way to get into alignment is to take care of yourself. I love this message. Okay, because it's all about self-love, which is the first relationship. And then our life is about all the relationships. And we want continual joyous growth. And the way to get that is to take care of ourselves, love ourselves, and get into alignment. Use your emotions as a guidance system to bring yourself into alignment. When I'm feeling bad, that's because I'm resisting what I want, is how I could put that. So I am not in alignment with the things that I desire. When I'm feeling good, I'm in alignment with what I desire. Which would you rather be in? I'd rather be in alignment with the joyous part. And I want to grow in that direction. So now I'm going to draw from the Beyond Grateful deck and see what the universe has to share with us as far as gratitude goes. Oh, there we go. Okay. Perfect. So the category we received is community and society. I love that for a relationship reading. Contributing to the betterment of society brings me joy and fulfillment. That fits right in with our continual joyous growth and our relationships being our life and selfishness being the way to get into alignment. Contributing to the betterment of society brings me joy and fulfillment. So the reflection here is, where do you find inspiration for your creative projects? The journaling prompt is, journal about a recent source of inspiration and how it influenced you. Oh, I love this. Take a creativity walk, capturing photos or notes on things that inspire you. I am definitely going to do that, and I hope you will too. Comment all of the results, any results that you get from watching any of these videos. I'm going to keep putting them out. So hopefully you'll find ones that resonate with you. I hope you'll hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and watch more of these videos. And also comment. I want to hear from people about how they're being affected by these little practices. So I hope you guys got something out of this video like I did. And I'll see you on Friday for the Money and Abundance reading. Cheers, guys.